Every Friday, our friends at Local Environmental Services give us an opportunity. You can check them out online, localenvironmental.ca. Just wonderful friends of the show because they've provided a platform. They poured the foundation. The very first week that Real Talk ever put out a show, they said it's important for people to be able to have a little bit of fun, but say what they need to say and make sure that message is heard. And that's why they established this tradition we call Trash Talk. Yeah, that's right. This one from Leonard, and I hope Leonard feels better after sending this in. Leonard, we hope that you weren't texting and driving while you sent us this. Leonard says, hey, you, yeah, listening to the Real Talk podcast while you're driving 10 kilometers an hour below the speed limit in the passing lane. Yeah, you, just move over. Just over to the right. Just move over. He says, check your mirror every once in a while. See me behind you and just move over. Leonard says, you can't possibly, never mind. Just move over. That from Leonard. We hope that it worked, Leonard. We hope you're feeling better. How about this one from Rob, who chimes in on Preston Manning's new appointment? A citizen-led panel on government COVID response. Rob says, forgive me for my bluntness here, but this patronage appointment to lead a panel where Mr. Manning is paid approximately $250,000 is a farce. Did the government actually think that this passed the smell test? I understand that Manning is and remains the golden boy for many in Alberta's conservative circles, but the stench coming off of this decision is ridiculous. Had this been the federal Liberals, UCP caucus and cabinet would be incensed. He says, I greatly encourage the UCP caucus and cabinet ministers to walk this back. The old Tory pork is sometimes hard to pass up. Old Tory Pork. What a band name. I am naming my band Old Tory Pork. And then the album's going to be called Bring Home the Bacon. Rob says, the Tory pork sometimes hard to pass up, but we taxpayers, we've had enough. My taxes, insurance, food, energy, and everything else is going up in cost. Yet a long-time conservative bagman gets a golden handshake. Walk it back! That from Rob. And this one from Mark, who says, in the mail the other day, I received a help is on the way card from the government of Alberta. Reading the card, one could get angrier and angrier reading this plan the government has for basically reversing earlier healthcare decisions. Even the useless point of mailing a professionally colored card with pictures could have one ranting about the wasted cost of this type of communication. What I think we need to be focusing on is what the message and the things not said. And two things really stood out for me. Number one, attracting and training doctors and nurses and leveraging publicly funded surgeries at private clinics. Can Albertans connect the lines of attract and train to the line of reduced funding for post-secondary institutions by these same conservative governments? Becoming a nurse or a doctor requires extraordinary marks, and the available spots are fewer and fewer. A lot of students have great marks, can't even get into programs, so they're moving away to other provinces or countries, and we're losing them to those locations. And also, wonders Mark, do Albertans understand the implications of public funding at private facilities? Mark and I might not agree, but that's totally fine. He says it's important to mention that theme within the health department, right? Underfunding necessary infrastructure to keep up with the current rate of population and demographics was part of the long-term goal of introducing private clinics to take the strain off the public system. The result, making people wait in pain and fear for essential surgery that sadly some didn't survive to get. This is a travesty of morality where political dogma is more important than human life. The outcome appears to be we're ending up with a constant shortage of doctors and nurses that will have to start buying more health insurance to cover extra costs. The public purse will eventually pay only so much, and then what? We can deserve better health care, but there's only one solution left. What? Private clinics? Taking away from the public purse? I hope we can find a solution to the predicament we're in. Mark then leaves a personal note encouraging me to consider this as subject matter for an upcoming Real Talk Roundtable presented by Urban Timber. You bet your bacon, buddy. We're on it. You can send us a trash talk to talk@ryanjesperson.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Keep it on the rails this weekend, everybody, and we'll see you back here Monday on Real Talk.